Hello, everyone. Welcome to GA's Tea Time. We discuss all things General Hospital. If you haven't already, please hit the bell notification. The like and subscribe really helps the channel. And I want to send a special thank you for everybody that has already subscribed. So, guys, let's get our teacups, let's get our snacks, and let's get ready to discuss our favorite characters. General Hospital Daily Recap, Thursday, March 12th, 2026. So, guys, there was a bunch of folks in this episode. We have some Carly, some Dante, some Cody, some Jason. So, let's see what our favorite bunch of characters are up to. Nathan was bringing James home, and when he brought him home, Nathan asked James, "Is your mom inside?" So he said, "No, mom is at home. Mom is working." Right? So he said, "Okay." I guess he was trying to skate out and not seeing Maxie. But when he got in, Maxie was working from home. So James went up to his room, and Nathan and Maxie got into it. So Maxie was just saying to him, "I can't believe that you just got over me like that." Now, there was a point in this conversation that I thought got a little sticky because I was just like, okay, you chose Spinelli. And she was like, Nathan, why did you get over me so fast? But it seemed a little, I don't know. I don't know how to put my finger on it. What's the right words? But I was just like, that's kind of not right. It's kind of a little selfish. But anyway, Maxie was saying that to him. But after she started talking, I kind of understood what she was saying. She was like, Lulu, he can move on. She was like, Nathan, you can move on, but not with my friend Lulu. Lulu belongs to me. So Nathan was like, what does that mean? She was just like, well, if you go and get a new girlfriend, I need somebody to talk to. I'm gonna vent with somebody. Lulu is supposed to be her person, right? Now he's gonna be dating Lulu. So who is she supposed to talk to? Who is she supposed to be close with? Who is she? She got Brooklyn and stuff like that, but Lulu and her has been close for so long. So I understood the argument of it all. And I can understand Maxie's aggravation. I just don't think that if she chose Spinelli, it is really sticky. That's why I said I kind of wanted Lulu and Nathan to put it all out there in front and on out there in the ether so that Maxie can make her decision on what she wants to do with this friendship, which I don't think her and Lulu I think is going to be done with being friends. But as Nathan and her are sitting there talking, Lulu came and knocked on the door. So I'm sure Lulu's going to be included in this conversation now, and I'm sure it's not going to go well. If these two want to date each other, they need to just go right on ahead and date each other. But Lulu got to understand this friendship with her and Maxie is strained. If they ever be friends like this again, I don't know. And also, Lulu need to look at it from Maxie's perspective. What if she started dating Dante? Would she appreciate that? Knowing how Lulu is, probably not. I can't see her being happy for that. So she has to understand where Maxie's at and let Maxie go through what she's going through and don't push this too far about trying to keep this friendship. Let Maxie figure out what she wants. Um, the side note, I know I'm going on about this. When Nathan said the whole thing about I would have stayed with you if you picked me. That's an obligation thing. Don't nobody want to be with you because you chose me because you felt like you were obligated to. So I was glad Maxie told me, listen, I don't want that kind of relationship. But other than that, that's what it's ended. Let's see where this goes. But I do think that her and Maxie's friendship is strained and might be done for good. Guys, I really enjoy making these recaps, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. So, Carly came over, and Charlotte, look, this is what I wish almost that Carly never told her, Charlotte, that Valentine was at her house. Because Charlotte came over, and Carly's there. I mean, Carly came over, and Charlotte's there, and Charlotte goes to Carly, what happened? What do you mean what happened? Like your mother's there. Why would Carly come knock on the door to tell you that something happened to your father? Anyway, Carly played it off and was just like, "Oh, I came by, da da da." She made up some excuse. So Lulu had invited Carly over. So Charlotte went upstairs and Carly and Lulu started speaking. So it seems like Lulu is just throwing out this whole Nathan thing to get approval from people that it's okay for her to be dating Nathan. She needs to hear it from different people. Remember, she told Tracy, now she's telling Carly. And Carly was like, look, it seems like you're telling everybody because you want to get some kind of approval. If it was me, I would just go ahead and date Nathan. She feels that it's okay for Lulu to date Nathan. Um, so Lulu was kind of happy to hear this because she just needs some reassurance that it's okay. But the reassurance she needs to get is from Maxie. But Maxie's not going to give that to her. So Lulu, if she wants to date Nathan, she needs to just go ahead and date him. She's not going to get to be able to keep her best friend and Nathan. I think Lulu has to come to that conclusion and realize that relationship is probably going to be over. If I was her, I think I probably would have stuck with Maxie, only because her and Maxie been friends for years. This thing with Nathan hasn't even started. I mean, you don't even know where it's going to go. To give up your friendship that you have for, what is it, been 20 years or maybe a little bit longer? I'm not sure. I got to do the math on that. I don't know if I would have just gave that up like that, but if she wants to date Nathan, she should go on and just do it. Valentine was in there having flashbacks of Carly and his night together. Ooh. So, but anyway, as he's thinking about this, Jason came busts in and he has his gun in his hand and he's like, "Look, I gotta talk to you." So Valentine didn't even flinch. Valentine was like, "Okay, like basically sit down, let's talk." So they're talking and Jason is kind of like, how do I know I could trust you? So Valentine was giving him the lay of the land and was like, no, I wouldn't leave Carly out here like that. Initially Carly came to him and he was telling Jason about how she staged being a lawyer and all this other stuff. And Jason kind of was like, you know how Carly is. She's not going to give this up until she can get Jocelyn out. He said, I know. And he's going to stay by her side the whole time, as this whole Sitwell thing and Cullum thing progresses. Oh, Jason did tell him that Cullum is a like a double agent, or he's working with Sitwell. And Valentine was like, okay, that explains a lot, right? So he that added another piece to the puzzle for Valentine. But he said he's in there for Carly, and he's not going to leave her out there like that. Jason was like, look, if anything happened to her, something's going to happen to you. And that's how that ended. Here goes Charlotte again. She is going to get her father hurt. She's back up in Carly's attic talking to Valentine. Valentine is like, okay, that what's going on now? But she has to understand that people are after her father and people may be following her. She's going to wind up leading somebody directly to where Valentine is at. And that's going to be really messed up. But anyway, Charlotte was telling Valentine, giving him an update about how Nina's working with Brennan and what she overheard. But she also was saying, I think I'm going to feed Nina false information and then that way to get them off the path of where Valentine really is at. Valentine told her, do not do this. He doesn't want her in the mix at all. So I hope she listens to her father, but it don't look like she'd be listening to Valentine at all. So we'll see what happens. But I think she's going to wind up getting, this is how Valentine's going to get caught, through Charlotte. That's my opinion. Carly came home and Jason was sitting there waiting for her. And she was like, oh my goodness, it's Valentine. He was like, Valentine's fine. So she already knew that Jason might have came there to do something to Valentine. But he was like, no, he's all right. But he was telling Carly, look, he has to go away for a little bit, which, here's my rant. I can't believe that Jason is leaving his son to go with Britt on the run. I'm sorry, but he was telling Carly he's gonna have to leave, and he was saying, soon. And what should he do with Danny? And Carly said, just be honest with Danny and tell him that you're gonna leave, and you don't know when you're gonna be in contact with him. What kind of nonsense is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. The boy lost his mother, right? So why Jason needs to be around in this boy's life, not leaving him off to people so he can go help Britt. I understand Britt needs some help. He could get that medication for Britt and send her on the run for a little bit or somewhere and let her sit by herself until he's able to take down Cullum and Sidwell and all of them. He doesn't have to go on a run with her. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, he chose Britt over his son. I don't like that. But he did tell Carly that she should listen to Valentine because Valentine knows all the players in the game and she should be safe with him. And he's sorry that he can't be there to help her. And they left it at that. I do, usually it's Jason that saves Carly, but this time he's leaving it into Valentine's hand. But I think Carly should be okay. Valentine, I don't think it's going to leave her out there like that. So we'll see what happens with this. Britt saw Rocco and Britt was telling Rocco bye. So Rocco was saying, oh, you going somewhere? And she was like, oh, no, I'm saying bye for my mother. But we know it's for her. We know it's for Britt because she's going to go somewhere with Jason and they're going to go hide out for a bit. So Rocco and Britt was just catching up and he was like, he was glad both of them had come into his games and stuff like that. And then he went on about his way. As he left, Britt started getting a little choked up. and then Lucas stepped in and started talking to her. So her and Lucas is talking, and he was like, you're a better person than I thought you was. And this is where the Delulu land stepped in, because he was like, you are a good person. You should be in Rocco's life. And Dante and them don't see the side of you. It's okay that you, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? So basically, they should accept Britt in Rocco's life, even though she's the one that stole the embryo. It was a lot of delusional talking when this came up, and I was like, I don't know where Lucas is going with this. Um, but whatever. And then anyway, Lucas was saying, shortly he'll have that medication for her and she can go on about her way. So they kind of both was giving each other compliments. And Britt did say to Lucas, you got to be careful because Sidwell might not just be okay, let Marco leave like that. And Lucas, again in Delululand, is like, no, Marco wants to come with me and it's going to be fine. It's not going to be fine. I don't think anybody is getting out of this unscathed. I think Lucas is living in La La Land. Please. But it seems like him and Britt is developing a friendship. And because, Lucas is going out of his way to try to help her. But some of the stuff that they were saying to each other, no. But anyway, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Maybe I'm just being mean, but I didn't like the whole it's okay being in Rocco's life. I think she needs to get out of Rocco's life, but that's just me. Let me know what you think. Cody and Dante were catching up. Cody was telling Dante about Molly and her situation, and how he asked Dante how did he know that Lulu was the one. And Dante was kind of like he knew first time he saw her, right? So they were talking about that, and he was just like, Cody was just really like, he wants to know how he can help Molly, and he felt a little rejected because she told him that she just wanted to go home. So Dante was like, sometimes when people are not feeling well, they just want to go home and be in their own house. That don't take that for any kind of more than it is. Um, he also was telling Cody, you should go just tell Molly how you feel. And I think he should. I don't know why he needs some kind of approval or somebody to tell him to do these things. Cody needs to go take initiative, and if he really cares about Molly like that, he should just go ahead and tell her how he feels. Dante did tell Cody about the whole Nathan situation, and he was like, he don't know how he should feel about this, but it is what it is, and he's just going to leave it where it's at. But he did tell Cody he should go talk to Molly, and I agree with him. He should go talk to Molly. Christina came over to check in on Molly, and Christina was asking Molly how much information did she give Cody. So Molly was like, she told him what her condition was, but she didn't go into a lot of detail. So Christina was encouraging her to tell Cody everything, and Molly was kind of on the side of saying, you know what, this is a new relationship. I don't want to put all this burden on him. We don't even know where this relationship is going. But Christina kept pushing and really was like, you should tell him. And Molly was like, you're right. I am going to have to tell him something. But Christina kept saying, Cody's a good person. He'll understand. But here goes my thing. We just saw Cody not understanding about a book. Okay? just a book, like her writing a book. He didn't even read the whole book. So I'm like, Molly has this condition where she possibly may not be able to have children, and now she has to put this on Cody. I don't know. I hope he doesn't act the way he did with that book. I hope he can be understanding and caring, because Molly already has a lot on her plate, and she don't need somebody acting 100% funny because she may not be able to have children. We'll see where this goes, but I hope Cody is a grown up when it comes to this situation, doesn't act like he's two. But guys, tell me what your favorite part of this episode was. I think my favorite part might have been Valentine's flashback. I think I'd appreciate that. Matter of fact, they need to put that back on replay. We need to just replay that episode. No, I'm gonna stop. But I am liking the way that storyline is progressing, because I think it's going to come to a head as far as the whole thing with Sidwell and Valentine and everybody, all the players. My least favorite, I think Jason leaving Danny. I think that's just not right. But let me know what you think in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys what you liked. And don't forget to hit that bell notification and to like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel. Thank you again, guys, for joining us at GHT Time. See you next time. Bye.